Won't bore you with the entire video of me walking through the park, even though the light is fucking amazing today. Sometimes it hurts not to have a camera. I didn't realize that until just now. Anyway, I realized how I'm gonna win over your mother. Because the day you bring me home, it's gonna be that's some guy doing weightlifting in the park. Sounds like a prison movie, but it's not. Anyway, back to my grand plan. I'm going to convince your parents to not think I'm a weird old One small problem with walking and talking is I don't pay attention to where I'm walking. And even though I've been through this park about 1,000,000 times, in this particular light I don't recognize some things, so it's very spooky. Wish I had one of my GoPros right now. Anyway, back to the point of this intro, is when you bring an old man like me home. I'm probably older than your parents, so it's probably not a great start. I need to be able to offer something. And while Lie Down Comedy perfect applause break time. Well, Lie Down Comedy is surely to become the next big thing, next big craze, next big viral sensation. I'm not sure I can actually profit from it. So, what I'll do is this. I'll make enough money, pay off those fucking back taxes, get that fucking thing off my shoulders, and then I'll just buy a bunch of cameras. And then until I can get you knocked up, and you pop out a baby or two, I'll take pictures of all your nephews and nieces, maybe brothers and sisters. Who the hell knows how old you are? And I'll do such a nice job that your mother will forgive me for being a dirty old man. I figure I can do that for probably the rest of my life, or hers, whichever lasts longer, because we're probably the same age. So I'm set with your mom. I'm almost positive, because I am, or I will be, the world's greatest photographer. So she'll have, or let's say the top 10. I'll be in the top 10. I don't need to be the world's greatest and everything. Grace. So in her back pocket, your mom will have one of the top 10 photographers in the world. Probably just because I buy really expensive equipment, not because I'm good. And she's set. Your dad? I'm not sure. Still working on that concept. Yeah, I got nothing. Who knows? Maybe your dad's a softie. Maybe if you pop out a few cute babies, you realize age doesn't matter. Got lots of train action today. That joke I made yesterday about installing decibel meters. It's actually a really good idea. I'm walking by a playground, there's a swing, one of those big swings that I could sit on, but I'm gonna keep walking. I normally don't walk by this playground, but as I said earlier, I was sidetracked. Give it another minute, you can listen to the crows, and I'll see if I can think of anything interesting to say or to continue this. I suppose I could just walk through the park holding my phone up to my mouth saying, sleep, sleep, sleep. That wouldn't be weird at all. If I was in your dad's position, I'm not sure what I would do. I think it would depend on the smile on my daughter's face at the end of the day, and whether she looks happy, sad, indifferent, or in my case, bored. But I'll take bored. That's good, we can get some heavy breathing going. Make this nice and perverted. Maybe don't share this one with your dad. Although it could be setting a positive example. Maybe your dad's a little chubby. Maybe your dad is the one who should be out going for a walk. Maybe I'm not afraid of your dad at all. To be fair, I'm not yet, but I haven't talked to him, so who knows. The light really is nice today. Some guys running on a racetrack. Track and field racetrack, whatever the fuck that's called. That's what I should be doing. So out there running in circles instead of walking in circles. I think this will be a good break, Grace, from those funny lie down stories. And maybe I can get one podcast ahead of the game. Fog and after rain are two perfect times to take photos with your Hasselblad. And just start doing Hasselblad ads. Grace. That way, if I ever go viral, they'll get a big pop, and I'll get a mailbox full of Hasselblads. To be fair, they don't have to be new. I'll shoot both film and digital. If I have time. Not make me do the kids' dirty diapers all day long. Two hours a day, 1 hour in the studio, 1 hour in the park would be pretty good. Probably rains every second fucking day. Wish I could understand Chinese. And there, just follow Chinese people around all day. Listen to their fascinating conversations. That was rude. To be fair, it always sounds like they're talking about something interesting. Get two in front of me right now, you might be able to hear them. I'm gonna try and pass them. Take a listen.
그랬는데 걔들하고 그렇게 샘플하면서도 같이 연락하고 그러고 지내더니 또 얘 밴쿠버에도 또 걔들도 더우니까 여기가 집이니까 여기로 온 거야. 그래서 어제 그 제프라는 애가
I don't know if you heard that or not. A lot of long O's and ah. I should make a sex joke there. But I found another nice photo. I'm going to pause this so I can take the photo because I can't take a photo and talk to you at the same time. Alrighty. How do we convince your dad it's okay for you to marry a man probably his age? Maybe older, maybe a bit younger, hard to say. It's also going to set a terrible precedent. If he has sisters or brothers, they're going to think anything goes. However, I'm actually getting a little frustrated right now because I know the phone cannot pick up this fog the way a real camera would. Be nice if this pond had a mythical creature or something. Maybe mini mermaids. How about this? I got it. Assuming you haven't shown them any of these Deer Grace episodes, especially the first one where I call you a stripper, then he doesn't know how old I am. He will just lie. And you can say I'm 30. I'm just a rough 30 with a rough life. And I gotta pause this for a second because I found an actual good shot. I found a beautiful green tree with beautiful light. Technically, it's not a green tree. The tree covered with green moss. A lot of it. As you will have seen, because I'm going to do what I normally never do. Let's actually edit this to make it more visually less annoying. Anyways, back to your dad. So I say we just lie. You tell him I've had a rough life, but that could be worse. We don't have to worry about him finding out from my friends and family because I don't have any. In fact, I might even change my last name, and that way when he Googles me, he's shit out of luck. Although to be fair, Google my real name now, and you're shit out of luck, so. I think it's a pretty good plan, Grace. I don't see any ethical concerns about lying our faces off to your dad. Now I'm trying to see if I can find one. I'm okay with it, if you're okay with it. I think it'll save us a lot of hassle. Plus then, I can start acting young again. Not like the responsible adult I am now. I've used that joke too many times. If you're scared, if you're scared of the forest, Grace, I've got nothing. Maybe I'll go back to describing people. Much less racist. Just saw a Chinese old lady, or an old Chinese lady, whichever. I thought her hands were all pink, because my hands are all pink, because I don't wear gloves. She actually had pink gloves on. How's that for exciting dialogue? To be fair, I told you this would be boring. So if you're listening and you're like, oh, this is too fucking boring, I've done my job. Well, there you go, I just shit my pants.
Probably from Halloween.
Did you hear that? Family was asking a couple of maintenance workers what the fuck that bang was. They didn't know. They didn't hear even though they were 30 feet away. Probably high. Can't trust maintenance workers at all. Maintenance workers in a park? Why the fuck wouldn't you get high? Anyways, they don't know, but it sounded like a, in between a shotgun and a loud device used to scare away geese as they eat the farmer's wheat fields, grain by grain by grain. Once I'm done with this comedy bullshit, Grace, it's gonna be straight beatnik poetry. Get out the tie-dye. Really should bump the audio up on this one and see if you can hear my feet. I might do that. Turn a new leaf. Provide you with some quality entertainment. Sleep. 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 Somebody would say that I'm trying to be artistic with this. I'm not. Just lazy. Not saying I'm not artistic, but
Yeah, placing on a trunk and then recording like all.
great. Swell. Did you hear those two guys? They had an actual real camera. They're out here taking photos on a foggy day. Holy fuck. I don't think this just fell over, but there's a big tree that fell over. I should take a picture of it because it's somewhat recent. It's somewhat fascinating. You ready for something fascinating, Grace? So if I try and record... Jesus, squirrel just scared the shit out of me. Motherfucker. Little bastard. And I still forgot to bring him food. Anyways, I figured out that if I turn on the camera, it stops the audio recording. And on another note, I just found a path that I don't think I've ever been down. So if I get lost, and this is the last recording, just be aware that I took a chance, that I went down an unknown path, one I've never been on, I think. My phone's GPS could probably tell me. Artificial intelligence knows everything, Grace. Except what my next words will be. How do I know this? You finish that joke for me, Grace. if you know my height and you calculate how fast my feet are walking based on the sound, you should be able to determine my rate of motion. Assuming AI isn't a complete fucking idiot. I thought I saw Spider-Man, but it's just the fog and a guy in a red jacket with his hood up. He looks like he's going on a polar expedition.
Exactly. So I have to finish that and like not be jumpy.
Did you hear that? And I have to recognize that and not be jumpy. Probably talking about our sex life. Can't really go wrong with that joke. Other than insulting your dad, but maybe we just don't have sex. We'll just cuddle. Go to the doctor. Do the AI thing, artificial insemination. And then he has nothing to bitch about. If I was in his shoes, I'd be okay with that deal. No problem whatsoever. I know how to whistle. And I just realized okay, no, it's not the path I thought it was. But I'm not sure if that was a new path or not. They do have some new signage up in this park, I noticed. So pretty and new. Does your dad like cars? Maybe we could buy him a car, pay him off. Everybody's stopping and taking pictures. Just one of those days. I assume, Grace, that when you and I are walking in this park, ooh, there's a tree where everyone puts their height on it. We'll do that. Mark down your height, and then I can see, we'll come back, we'll mark down your height, and then we'll come back in 6 months or a year, and then I can see if you're still growing or not. Because if you're still growing, then I really have a problem with your dad. Do you think it's a sick, disgusting, perverted joke, Grace? I say, use a cliche and strike while the iron's hot. Oh, I realize why that path seemed familiar. I might have been down that path, but the other direction. Yeah, but not to the end. I don't necessarily have a bad memory. I just have a fucked up, inconsequential memory. I remember walking down a path, but I couldn't remember my stand-up and my fucking life depended on it. Maybe. I don't know. I haven't tried. God damn, there's a nice bench to sit on, but it's wet. Interesting, they have these new signs and signposts up. On top of the signpost is an N with the direction north. There's a trail of hope. Someone has scratched that out. Apparently they have no hope. Wow, someone really hates Terry Fox. 4 little signs, trail of hope, everyone scratched out. Should I take a picture? Yeah, fuck it. Washrooms are 0.3 kilometers away, Grace. Tennis courts, 0.13 kilometers. Really? 0.13? Couldn't you just say 0.1? Or 130 fucking meters. Who measures in point kilometers? Just saying. Do it in football fields. Do it in hockey rinks. 2 hockey ice links away. Other things I probably shouldn't do to unimpress your dad. Probably shouldn't measure things with my perfect ass. Although technically, it's not that bad because I'm doing my perfect ass. Now, if I start measuring things with your perfect ass, I can see where that might push a few buttons. With your dad. Or your mom. Or anyone who has an interest in you. Which begs the question, whose ass is wider? Mine or yours? I'm starting to think I shouldn't walk in the park. I'm getting giddy. That damn fresh air. Well, to be fair, they measured things in hands for a long time. So many hands high. They don't really do hands wide, do they? Maybe they do, I don't know. So measuring perfect asses really isn't too crazy. I guess it's not practical. A lot of places you really just can't get an ass. Or a measuring tape would work just fine. Not as interesting or as funny, but as you can see, Grace, I'm gonna beat this dead horse. Silly. Until every single joke has been extracted, willingly or unwillingly. Well, the good news is, after a couple of wrong turns, I've managed to make it back to the main path where I see another Trail of Hope sign all scratched out. Interesting. There's probably a story there. Contact the park authorities and say, what do you think someone's scratching out every Terry Fox sign? What kind of psycho would do that? I don't have any cancer or one-legged jokes at the moment. Let's see what happens from now until when I get to the train station. See if I can come up anything that'll impress your dad. Well, I guess, Grace, I'm not a comedian. I'm sure I can find something funny about cancer. And I'm sure I can find something funny about a one-legged man. In fact, I've probably already said something in one of these ramblings. Terry in particular, it's not coming to me. But then again, I was alive when he ran across Canada and you weren't. So I got to experience it firsthand. And maybe have a bit more respect than the fucking idiot is scratching out Trail of Hope signs all over the place. Maybe I should set up a sting operation and work the city to replace the signs. We'll set up some hidden cameras. It's definitely all of them too, by the way. This is like the 4th signpost I've been at where just that one sign is scratched out. So we set up a trail cam, replace the signs, wait for the culprit, get their photo or photos, track them down with AI software. And then we go to their house and we do a no-knock raid. Sorry, applause break was a bit early there. Premature applause. Where was I? Oh yeah. We do the old no-knock raid. We catch the culprit or culprits in bed. We stare them down with a gun in their face. And we say, "What's your problem, bub? What you got against Terry Fox?" I'll talk to you tomorrow, Grace. Photo didn't work, Grace. But here's some peaceful images of ducks. Mallard. The Smiths of ducks. This cute little dog coming towards me. A weird urge to throw in the water, but I won't. Back to the asinine narration, Grace.